Hello there in Facebook and Instagram land. We're a little bit behind today, starting a video talking about discovering your sensuality in day-to-day life and expanding that into more than just the bedroom, more than just about sex, but also including that. So if you haven't already checked out our blog at goodforher.com, so we're in Toronto, but we have our online at goodforher.com. Luna Matatas, who's a fabulous sex educator, wrote a blog post for us about expanding your sensuality in daily life. So I highly encourage you to read what she has to say. So I'm gonna take a few ideas from there and expand on that so that you have more and more ideas for sensuality as you go out into the world and just indulge yourself, indulge a partner, feel more. And one of the things that comes to mind is that mindfulness, about noticing, about being present to, about taking in, right? We're so busy and there's always something else to do and we don't notice the beautiful things along the way, and we're always getting somewhere to experience as opposed to experiencing now. So sometimes just taking a deep breath and taking in what's in the moment can bring us so much pleasure. And can also be a great way to practice so that when you are intimate with a partner, you have those skills in that moment that you can be present, you can feel, you can express, you can notice, so that you can have even better sex rather than being somewhere else in your thoughts about chores or grocery lists or things to do or what you're doing wrong or what you should be doing, right? Those are all ideas that very much get in our way of being present and enjoying daily life. So these are some ideas on how to bring sensuality in your whole life as well as during sex. So I guess one of the things that Luna mentioned in her blog post that I really want to emphasize is that that sensuality is not all about sweetness and romance and softness and gentle, right? We can explore sensuality in lots and lots of different ways depending on what turns us on. And if it is all about softness and gentleness, then that's great. You can absolutely enjoy that. That's a great way to explore. So the other thing is that we need to really be present to our erogenous zones, not just our genitals, right? We have lots of erogenous zones. Our necks can feel really great. Lots of us love a scalp massage. Might like our earlobes massaged, the inside of the arm, the underside of the abdomen, the inside of your thighs, the back of your legs. Lots and lots of places where we can feel great pleasure and that aren't necessarily traditionally erogenous, but that spending time in those areas can bring us more in tune and make sex a much more full experience, right? So many of the people I talk to, including some of my clients, it's always about, oh yeah, sex becomes routine, it becomes very genitally focused, we've lost some of that playfulness and we've lost some of that exploration. So keep that exploration going. You want to always have that nice fun, light, playful energy as well as enjoying and indulging the whole body. So let's talk about different senses, because that's what we're talking about, right? So eye senses, or our eyesight. So eye contact is really important, and maintaining eye contact with your partner, or if you're on your own, looking at yourself in the mirror and enjoying that intensity. That's really, really great and will intensify whatever is going on for you. Sometimes it can feel a bit self-conscious and a bit unnerving, but just breathe into that and sink into it, and it can be a really great, powerful moment. Seeing beautiful things, beautiful toys. So here I've got Luna Matatas. Once again, she makes these amazing pasties. So putting your pasties on, wearing something that looks really great, really hot. Wicked M out of Montreal makes really great underwear. These are designed for people with a package. So if you have a penis or a she-ness, you can wear this, but wearing beautiful things so that you have something that looks hot for you to look at as well as a partner. And again, this is just, sometimes it's like, wow, I want to wear something really fun and sensual on my walk to the grocery store, right? I want to feel hot and sexy while I'm out at my best friends for dinner, whatever it happens to be. Okay, so wearing beautiful things, looking at beautiful things. So this is a great little butt plug. The Cristalino is great, and you can add another sense of putting it in the freezer to make it really cold when you use it. Or the Fun Wand made of metal. So just a beautiful piece of art that looks great and feels amazing. You have two different sides, so you get both the visual as well as the physical sensations of what feels really great as well. So playing with what you see, but then of course what you can also do is play with your imagination. So using a blindfold, right, so that you can't see, and that will heighten all of your other senses. And then you can imagine wherever you want to be. You can imagine being on a beach somewhere. You can imagine being in your office when nobody else is there, or when people are working next door. You can imagine being in the room that you grew up in. Who knows where you want to imagine yourself being? On Mars. There's no limitations to your imagination. So you can also create a beautiful background and make your room look beautiful, or wherever you want to have sex or sensuality. Just having beautiful things to look at can be really great. Okay, so sounds, right? Some of us are auditory, and others of us, that's just another sense that can be really great to play with. So when it comes to sex play, those squishing sounds, right, of fluids going back and forth, that can sound really sexy and exciting. And you can sort of imitate that, or you can play with that when you're eating a strawberry, when you are eating other things, when you are in the shower, right? Play with those sounds as you're going about your day, and use your imagination as you go through the sounds. Other fun things are like your latex gloves if you're practicing safer sex. A little bit of a thwack, right? You can also thwack like this. Doesn't hurt, but has a really good effect for giving a little bit of a jolt. And again, this can be great during sex play, and this can be really great also when you're just teasing. You're saying to your partner, hey, tonight I've got some plans. What do you think? Right? It just adds a little bit of emphasis and a little bit of flavor to what you're doing. Reading some erotica. So making a tape of some erotica, reading it out loud to yourself, or hearing it in somebody's voice in your mind. Reading it over the phone or over Zoom. If you're tired of having boring meetings on Zoom, you can read a story just to bring that whole interface alive if your partner's somewhere else. Or taking an excerpt of what you want to experience maybe later. There's also these great little kinky truth or dares. These are really fun to contemplate. Give me the quickest, hottest possible quickie. So you can say this to your partner, right? Or give me an orgasm without removing any articles of my clothing. Then I'll return the favor. So using the sounds to suggest, and again, this can be done over the phone, this can be done in person. You can whisper it when you're out in public, so that they have to wait until you see them at home, right? Playing with that and teasing can be a great way to bring more sensuality. Trying new words. So think about some words that you haven't used before. Words like delicious, or tasty, or super amazing, califragilistic, I don't know. Think of new words that you want to use to describe your partner's genitals, or to describe your body, or to describe your feelings, for the passion that you feel, or for how it was to go on a walk together, and just describing that in really nice, juicy, sexy kind of terminology can be a really nice way to expand those senses and communicate to your partner, not just like that was a nice walk, but you know, that was so sensual, and I felt the breeze on my skin, and I could tell you were right next to me, and the electricity between the two of us was so strong that I couldn't wait to get home with you, right? That's a little bit more exciting way of describing the walk that you took together. Of course, using music is a great way of using sound. So finding music that turns you on, maybe in different genres. Maybe there's a song that you like to play that particularly turns you on when you have sex. So sending a few bars, or singing a few of the lyrics to your partner so that they know what you're thinking about. And of course, porn gives a really great soundtrack. So some people like to just listen to porn while they are having sex, or you can use the visual as well. But having those sounds playing can be a way of getting yourself aroused, or you can then use your imagination that you're having sex at a sex party and there's all these other people having sex at the same time. You can pretend that you are having sex with those people. So using the sounds to enhance your sensuality can be really, really fun. Okay, let's talk about touch. Of course, touch is one of the ones that we think most of when it comes to sensuality. Lots and lots of different kinds of touch. Anything from, you know, a vibrator. I had a vibrator. Where did my vibrator go? Well, any kind of vibrator will work. Here we go. Here's a small compact one. This is the new Lawand Petite. Nice, small, and compact, right? Using that all over the body. I mean, some people say like, wow, I actually use it as a back massager. That feels really kinky. Using this behind the testicles, on the clitoris, but you know, anywhere on the body can feel good. So any kind of toys, internal, external, however you want to use them can be really, really great. Okay. Then there's other toys that are designed more for other body parts, right? So the hot octopus, you'll see me talking about this a lot. This little vibrating frenulum here works particularly well on the head of the penis. The hot octopus, right, goes in like this. Okay, and then there you have it against the head. Other kinds of sensory toys, of course, you've got feathers. Right? Feel great. Contrasts with a Wartenberg pinwheel, right? Feels really, really luscious and really, really good. If you like a little bit of kink with your play, you can bring out your whip. And I like the rubber ones because you can wash them afterwards. So if you got sweat on them, you get massage oil on them, you get body juices on them, right? And you can whip them around like this. Feels good. Gently on a vulva or a penis, maybe not so gently if you prefer, or on nipples or different parts of the body. Lots of physical sensations that you can enjoy and explore. Of course, massage is great. Anything that feels good to massage. So, but again, you can use your imagination, right? You can play that you are not at home. You're getting a massage from a masseur, a professional masseur. And play with that. These are one of my most favorite kinds of toys for sensation. These Mardi Gras beads, get them at the dollar store, drag them along the body, up the inside of the thigh, on the front of the body, on the back of the body, playing around with them against the vulva, nice gentle tapping, wrapping them around your hand so that when you touch, you have a different sensation, can feel good against a penis or a vulva that likes intensity. So using different kinds of textures and sensations. Even your hands can offer different sensations. Super slow, barely touching. Contrast it with a bit of nails, the back of your hand. Some people like massage. Okay. So lots of different kinds of touch that you can use while you're playing. And again, expanding where you do them, that it's not just on genital zones, right? It can be all over the body. All right, let's talk a bit about smell. Some people love the smell of leather. And even just maybe your partner is sitting at their desk and you come up and behind them and you just drag this along their face or put it around their neck, as long as you know that that would be something they would enjoy, and just give them an idea about what you have plans for or what you wish you could be doing right now if they weren't working, right? Use the smell of it. Also, there are scented candles, right? Using the scent, so you can put a scent, light the candle, and then you can have your bath or your shower, or you can get ready, and that it might be that it's just a nice way to get dressed in the morning with a nice aroma while you're getting going, that you want to enjoy aromas while you're sharing a meal, or while you are pleasuring yourself, or thinking about planning an event, planning a sexy date with a partner. Okay, so using your sense of smell. Food can be great, right? The smell of food, grapefruit, strawberries, anything that you really enjoy the taste of. And then, of course, those of you who are into a little bit of kink, it might be that you like to use sort of not so pleasant smells for your partner, right? You might want to use something a little bit that doesn't smell so good as kind of a punishment. So you can play with those kinds of things too. Our bodies have great smells. So use those to your advantage. Your partner might really love the smell of your armpits. So putting your armpits up close to your partner's nose. Or sometimes we love our own smell. And just to smell our own armpits. Our genitals have their great smell, and they are totally beautiful and hot, and they taste and they smell differently at different times of the month. So getting used to those smells can be a really good way. You can use your underwear as a way of conveying those smells. So you can take your underwear that you've been wearing around and put them on your partner's face, so they can smell what your vulva, your penis smells like, and they can have that. And I was even thinking a great thing right now with all the masks that we're all wearing is put your mask in your underwear. If your partner really likes that smell, right? Put your mask in your underwear, and then get your partner to wear the mask while you're out and about. Or if you prefer, you can spritz some perfume or a scent that you like into the mask so that you inhale it. Make sure you don't do too much of something like an essential oil. You don't want to get sick, but just a little bit to kind of like give a little bit of aroma while you are out and about. Flowers are also a great way of getting some smell, and flower petals. Of course, you can use the thorns as well for sensation. So there's lots of different ways that you can bring smell into what you're doing. And then lastly, we've got taste. So a massage bar, these are great. This one is cinnamon, so it melts with the body temperature. Rub it into your partner's body, rub it around, it melts, and then it's a massage oil, and then you can lick it off, which is awesome. You can use this on yourself also if you like the taste of cinnamon and you want to explore your own body and your own taste. And there are lots of flavored lubes and oils out there. Some of them are better than others. This is my favorite one, and this is the one that we sell the most of in the store. This is Wicked Aqua, and it's salted caramel. Some people even put it on their ice cream. So the Wicked salted caramel is a great, just add some flavor to whatever you're tasting on your partner's body. So again, it doesn't have to be when you're having sex. You can come up to a partner and kind of tease them, put a little bit on their shoulder, and then suck it off and say, guess what I'm thinking of. You can play again with yourself if you love to use it when you are going down on a partner, that you can put some on the back of your hand and lick it off and play with that kind of sensuality. So whether you're partnered or not, you can explore that sensuality and love yourself, love your connection, play with that connection, and make sure that it's not only when you're having sex, because that's when it becomes kind of robotic, it becomes boring, and we want to have that sensuality in all aspects of our life all the time. Great other ideas also in this new book by Jessica O'Reilly and Marla Renee Stewart, The Ultimate Guide to Seduction and Foreplay. Lots of other great ideas in here. And just a final note that one thing that can be really good to do is to think about teasing, anticipation, savoring, and remembering. So you're thinking about what you want to do. You're thinking about what you desire. And then you're planting the seed. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I want to do. This is what I want you to do to me. And then you're savoring when you're doing it. This is what I'm doing. I love the way you feel and you taste, and I love the way you're touching me. And so you're savoring while you're having sex or while you're just interacting. And again, it can be just like for 5 seconds. And then you're remembering. I remember that time when you dragged the flogger along my body and I almost had an orgasm. I'm remembering the way that you whispered in my ear how delicious I taste, right? So remembering also. And so you can take those experiences and draw them out. They can become anticipatory, they can be the moment, but then they can also be memories for later. And you can talk about those memories in ways of, wow, I really remember when we did this. I want to do more of that. Or this really worked for me. Can we do more of that kind of thing? So you expand your repertoire. You have more and more things that you can do and more ways that you can play together to keep your sensuality and your sexuality alive for years and years to come. All right. I think that's all I was going to cover today. Thank you so much for joining me. My name's Carlyle, and I'm at Good For Her in Toronto. Would love to hear your comments. Would love to know if there's other topics that you want us to address. We're back here every Friday at 4 o'clock, and next Friday I have Shahrazad from the Ritual Chamber talking to us about kinky things. And the Ritual Chamber has lots and lots of great workshops coming up taught by different facilitators, so check them out if you want to learn more about kink. Luna Matatas and Marla Renee Stewart are having a series on race and kink. The first one already happened, but there's lots more coming up, so every 2 weeks. That is a great event also to check out. We have some workshops coming up on sex and cannabis and other topics. So please, there's lots of opportunities for learning. We love to hear from you. So please reach out. We miss you all. We're hoping to be open for appointments coming up in the next week. So stay tuned. We just want to make sure that we're all safe. So we haven't quite been fully open yet, but we're open online. We're doing curbside pickup, and we appreciate all of the support that everybody's been giving us through the COVID times. So be well, be safe, be kind to each other. Thanks for joining, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Have a great weekend and stay cool.